to everyone in the chat and everyone watching on the Vibe. It's your man, your boy, Shintigercurl, that dude, the straw hat, bringing you yet another edition of Shintigercurl Streamin. How's everybody doing today?
Still waiting on everybody just to filter on in. It's a Tuesday night, kind of balmy here in Houston, Texas, but that's okay. Got the fan up, got everything up, got some water. Hope you guys are staying refreshed, staying hydrated. Tonight we're going to play some more Root, this time with a little bit of DLC. But before we do that, you already know what time it is. You already know what we need to do. It's time to get out your guns, lock and load, because it's time to shoot the shit. Not much to happen this week as far as wrestling goes. Looks like we have something of a name for the group or whatever it is they're having, or the alliance, the dangerous alliance between Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and Braun Breaker. So from the look of it, they're just trying to set up Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, but we haven't seen hide nor hair of them since the last week, so it is what it is. Apparently at Backlash, Gunther will not be going for the world title, as he should, but instead he will be engaged in a wrestling match with announcer Paul McAfee. Now, I know Paul McAfee is an okay guy in the ring, not the best, not the worst, but still, it's son of a downgrade for Gunther to go from being a world champion to wrestling a fucking announcer. And a guy who's not even legitimately a wrestler. I mean, it's been years since he's been in there. Oh, hello, Devil. Welcome, welcome. We're just shooting the shit for now. We're just talking about going up with some stuff. But yeah, the next matchup for Gunther is fighting Pat McAfee. So there's that. Also, another match that's probably being set up. Jey Uso's first title defense since beating said Gunther for the World Heavyweight title will be none other than Logan Paul. That's right. Logan Paul is going after the world title. And yeah, Devil, that is one hell of a glow down. I mean, you go from being one of the longest reigning champions on the company not named Roman Reigns to feuding with fucking Pat McAfee. Boo. Boo, I say. But yeah, Backlash is not looking too good. All we got is a rematch, is a 1 billionth time for Randy Orton to face off against friggin' John Cena for the world title, which we've seen like a billion times. We got Gunther fighting a commentator, and now we got Logan. I scam people out of millions of dollars with a crypto scheme, and I'm currently bullying the guy who exposed my scam just because he went against me, Paul versus Jey Uso. Just damn. But in brighter news, AEW's live event that's happening down in good old Mexico, the land of Lucha Libre, has gone off without a hitch. In fact, they sold out within a day. That's incredible. So yeah, it looks like their first appearance in Mexico gonna go off without a hitch. It also doesn't help that they are working with one of the two biggest brands in Mexico, CMLL, and not absorbing them into their all-knowing conglomerate like AAA is, aka soon to be called NXT Mexico. It's going to happen. That's just how they are. Also, tomorrow night, got a lot to look forward to on Dynamite. Got some Joshi action between Mina. I'm not familiar with Joshis. You have to ask TWK. He is the Joshi guy of our group. And Timeless Tony Storm. Timeless Tony Storm, always good to see her. Let's see. MJF still trying to get his way into the Hurt Syndicate. Trying to get that elusive thumbs up from Bobby Lashley for the folks too in the audience. And we got a tremendous all-star 8-man main event, as I'm trying to remember who's going to be in it. Kevin Knight, Speedball Mike Bailey, Will Ospreay, and of course the god of pro wrestling, Kenny by God Omega, will take on the team of the New Elite, consisting of Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the Young Bucks, the current AEW Continental Crown Champion, Kazuchika Okada, and that shit boot, shit heel, the shittiest admiral in the history of the Marines, Ricochet. He's not a member of the New Elite. He just got some beef with Kevin Knight. And yeah, this will be historic. This will be the first time that Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada will be sharing a ring as competitors against each other since AEW was founded. They have teased facing off against each other, but this is the first time they'll be facing off against each other in a proper match. And considering this is shit boot Kazuchika Okada, it's gonna be quite interesting. Very interesting. Yes, it's nice, Devil. It's gonna be all nice indeed. Also, I was informed by my friend that apparently Hollywood's biggest Warhammer nerd, Henry Cavill, has just finished wrapping up filming of Voltron. Yes, there is going to be a Voltron movie coming out. They just finished wrapping up in Australia, and Henry Cavill's going to be in it. I don't know what capacity he's going to be in it. I can't say. But yeah, I'm kind of excited for that. I mean, it's fucking Voltron. Who doesn't love Voltron? But who will Henry Cavill play? I don't know. I just heard the news from a friend of mine, and I looked it up, and yeah, it turns out, yeah, there's a Voltron movie coming out. So that's good. That's real good. And also, this is as I mentioned in several comments and posts concerning this. For at least for the foreseeable future, anytime I stream any kind of gaming related content, I will be streaming digital board games, and this is to show solidarity to the digital board gaming community, because if you didn't know, last week a website that I wholeheartedly enjoyed and bought a lot of board games from, Boardlandia, was shutting down their online store. They still have a physical store, but the online store will be gone. Reason? The tariffs. The fucking tariffs. I know there were some people in the yeah, thanks a lot for that, Devil. I appreciate the support. But yeah, anybody who knows me knows that I'm a big board game geek. I have board games across my entire room, so many and a lot of them that you probably, and most of them, probably 90% of them, you've never heard of. I can go through a quick list of them by eyeballing from my the shambles of my bookcase. We got Master of the Galaxy, Folklore, The Affliction, Hostage Negotiator, Expeditions, Agents of Smersh, Lands of Galzir, Call to Adventure, Epic Origins, The Rocketeer. I haven't played it yet, and I probably will sell that when I go to the flea market. Fantastic Factories, Robinson Crusoe, Space Empires 4X, Suburbia, Role Player Adventures, Final Girl, One Deck Galaxy, One Deck Dungeon, Shay Geek, let's see, Ticket to Ride, Chronicles of Crime, Stars of Ikarios, Tamashi, Chronicles to Ascend, Eclipse, Second Dawn of the Galaxy, Lord of the Rings, Journeys in Middle Earth, Arkham Horror, The Living Card Game, Eldritch Horror, let's see, Sword and Sorcery, Fortune and Glory, Hexplorit. I love Hexplorit. My nephews love Hexplorit. Let's see, Dice Throne. And currently the one I'm really playing right now, Marvel Champions. I love Marvel Champions. It is a fantastic living card game, and it's just a great game. If you're a Marvel fan, if you're a card game fan, it's a great game. Fantastic, plays great at solo and with 2 to 3 players, so that's pretty good. And Ascendancy, the first and only board game so far that I've ever backed on Kickstarter. Backed it 2 years ago, got the deluxe edition. Hopefully I can get my minis, but unfortunately, because of these fucking tariffs, the minis that I was supposed to get are currently trapped overseas. Yeah, so as you can clearly hear, I'm a very big board game aficionado, and I don't want to see my hobby die because of the greed of a bunch of old white men who don't know any better that are in office, especially you, Trump. But I wonder how he feels after what happened at the funeral for Pope Francis. Yeah, because all the state leaders, if you didn't know, President Volodymyr Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, which is currently fighting a brutal war against Vladimir Putin and his assholes in the Russian Union, in the Russian Federation, have been fighting this war of aggression against them. And when Zelensky came out for the funeral, he was given a standing ovation by all the world leaders that were there. Hell, President Macron of France shook his hand. That's my phone. Shook his hand and he was like, I support you, you're cool, kick ass, I'm great. Trump tried to get a hug and a handshake, but Macron's like, oh, I don't have time for that, and just kind of pushed him off, like, nope. If that isn't a testament to how much the world does not like our president, nothing will. Also, as for what I've been watching, I just finished today catching up with Dark Side of the Ring. Today, I caught up with Superstar Billy Graham. And yeah, if you wonder why wrestlers look all bulky and muscular, you can blame Superstar Billy Graham. He's the guy who pioneered that look and the attitude of what we consider a modern pro wrestler, and how much of it that Hulk Hogan aped. Yeah, there's a new one tonight, and I'm gonna watch it after this. After I'm done streaming. And speaking of old Hogan, apparently him and Sleazy E, Eric Bischoff, released a NWO-esque announcement saying that they're doing a new project together, and now they're wondering who the third man is. And I could not give two less of a shits. Why? Because the last thing we had that involved those three, they nearly put TNA out of business. Yeah. And while we're on that subject, TNA is under a lot of flack because of a particular spot in their Ultimate X match that took place during a pay-per-view this weekend. If you didn't see it, I think his name was Leon something or other. I didn't know who he was. I'm not trying to say this as a slight to him, like he's some nobody, but I have literally never heard of him before this whole sting, and he seems like a really legitimately great wrestler, so I want to get some eyes on him. But yeah. He was doing a typical high spot. He leapt off the Ultimate X rigging to a group of wrestlers below, and barely any of them caught him. It was a nasty ass fall. He landed completely face first onto the mat below, and this was outside the ring, not inside the ring. He landed with his arms slamming down, including his head slamming down on the mat on the outside of the ring. Amazingly, his arms weren't broken and he seemed to be fine, and he continued the match anyway. And this is why they call out a flack, because nobody barely caught this guy. When you do a high spot, the thing that you do is the guys outside the ring are there to catch you, to ensure that you don't break something, to break your fall. And they didn't do that. Barely anyone caught him. And I'm like, why? And it gets worse because you had Jordan Grace and Moose going on Twitter basically trying to explain this shit away. Jordan Grace was like, oh, with his rotation and all of a sudden it would have been nearly impossible for someone to catch him. And she since deleted this tweet, and I'm like, then why do it in the first place if no one could be able to catch him? That's kind of stupid. That's irresponsible. And then you got Moose telling folks, well, I'm sick and tired of these fans who've never been in the ring and who've never worked a calorie in their life to say and berate us for this one spot. He's okay. Shut your mouths. And I was like, okay. Let me tell you a little story. There was, if you know your Hollywood history, you would know the story. Years ago, about in the 1980s, Steven Spielberg wanted to create a movieized version of The Twilight Zone. anyone who's ever watched TV knows The Twilight Zone is an anthology series about strange and paranormal stories that happen to regular people. It's some great storytelling. It's created by Rod Serling. Very good stuff. And the movie was going to be an anthology of, I think, 3 or 4 different stories, each not interconnected in any sort of way, but were each directed by a different director. The last segment of the last edition of that movie, the last story, was going to be directed by John Landis. We all know who John Landis is. He's a very popular, very famous director. He just came off directing Animal House, I think, and so he was the big name in the industry. He directed a few of Michael Jackson's videos. So there's that. So the story was, in this movie, that a prominent actor by the name of Vic Morrow, that's his real name, Vic Morrow, he was a prominent actor in the 50s and 60s, but his star kind of fell, so this was going to be like his big break, his big return to modern Hollywood. So the story was that Morrow was going to play a racist, and that he would find himself tumbling through different time periods as people who were being oppressed for their race, like Native Americans and African Americans and Jews during the Holocaust, all these other horrific events, and he was not seen as a white man, he was just seen as that race, and he was feeling the pain and oppression that they were going through. So the last segment of this was he's going to be in Vietnam during the war, and this village was getting carpet bombed by a bunch of U.S. troops, and there were these 2 kids, a boy and a girl, and the scene was that Morrow was going to take them under his arms and get them across the river to safety, and then he would wake back up in his own time period, a changed man. Well, John Landis, these were not actors the children were not actors. They were just a couple of Vietnamese children he wanted to hire, but he didn't want to pay the extra amount, so he just got 2 random-ass Vietnamese kids, which was against the rules of hiring standards when it came to child actors. And then he was using real-life explosives and all this other stuff to make it look more real. And people were telling him, John, you can't do this. Something bad's going to happen. He's like, no, everything's going to be fine. And so they start shooting the scene. Morrow has the children under his arms. He is crossing this large body of water. There are explosions going off every which way, and just all this other stuff. And then just he's about to reach the other side, an explosion goes off near a helicopter that was flying overhead. It's a war chopper almost, and it hits the rotor, I think. I don't know the specifics, but the explosives caused something to go wrong with the helicopter, and it crashed on top of Morrow and the 2 kids. Vic Morrow and the boy were instantly decapitated by the rotors. They were dead, killed instantly. The girl missed the rotors, but she was crushed by several tons of a crashing chopper onto her. 3 people died because of John Landis. Yeah, he wasn't really found guilty of any kind of misconduct or anything like that. He got some punishment, but it was kind of swept under the rug. It marred his career, and he has shown really no real remorse when it came to what happened to Vic Morrow and those 2 kids, and it marred him. Now, using Moose's thinking, we can't call that a cock-up because we've never been actors, or we have never directed a movie, or never been stunt coordinators. So as fans and people who look at this stuff objectively, we can't call it out for what it is, which was a massive cock-up on John Landis's part for doing what he did. So this is the same thing. Just because we have never been in the ring, just because we haven't trained to be wrestlers, just because we haven't done the moves or done the training, that does not mean we can't call out dumb shit when we see it. Remember years ago when Matt Hardy cracked his head, like hit the back of his head during a street fight with Sammy Guevara, and he was obviously concussed. I didn't see the match. The power was out for that particular pay-per-view, but I remember people were just pissed off about it. Maddie was mad. T-Dub was mad. everybody was just mad at it because he kept the match going. Most famously, Ruby Harvey, Matt's wife, was really pissed off about it. And you know what TK did? He said, "I'm sorry, we messed up. We will do better." And nothing like that ever happened ever since. Anytime a wrestler gets hurt or obviously concussed, they'll call audible in the match. It happened recently. Pac was wrestling Swerve Strickland. Somewhere along the match, he fucks up his leg. He could barely walk, so they had to take the match home. And if you rewatch that match, it's only like 3 minutes long. Swerve does the Swerve Stomp, and right as he goes for the pin, you can hear Pac say, "I'm sorry, bruv," or "I'm sorry, brother," and he's apologizing to Swerve for because he fucked up the match. And you know, Swerve being Swerve, he probably would have said, "It's okay, man, you just get better." So yeah, that's what they were supposed to do. They didn't sweep they don't sweep that shit under the rug. They just say, "We fucked up, we're gonna do better." What Jordan and Moose are doing is not that. They're basically saying, "Shut up, you don't know what you're talking about, just be quiet and consume product." So yeah, there's a lot of things that TNA have been doing lately that have just made me not like them anymore. But this is kind of the big tipping point. So I just didn't really like this. So I hate to see, this never would have happened under Scott D'Amore's watch. I think firing Scott D'Amore was the beginning of the end for TNA as far as legitimacy concerns, because they shouldn't be doing this, and they shouldn't be having that kind of shit doing. So that out of the way, I think it's time for us to get to some root. So Law, if you would so kindly, I know you're still swimming in the ocean with Beppo, but could you please? Thank you, Law. I always count on Law. Everybody loves Law. All right. We are just gonna go back to my library. We're gonna be and play. Thanks to a donation from a good friend of mine, Mr. Mike Shell, a friend of the channel. He was able to donate some money to me to keep my account going. So now, not only did I have enough to keep my account going, but I had just enough to buy some DLC. So I figured, you know what? Let's buy some DLC. All right. So like always, we're going to go to the tutorial. All right. This particular one is the riverfolk's expansion, which includes two new factions to play as: the Lizard Cult and the Riverfolk Company. And we're gonna play through them, and then we'll see how they play. As you can see, I just noticed this. The screen changed, because now it was just 3 characters. Now there are 6, because now that we have more DLC, the band's gotten bigger. I like that. That's pretty cool. All right, let's play this. Let's try the Lizard Cult first. See how they play. The Lizard Cult wishes to spread our gospel throughout the woodlands. You must seek outcasts and acolytes to the crusade of your cause and defend your sanctum. But your fight is not with tooth and claw alone. Tending to your gardens reveals a path to victory through mysterious rituals. Ooh, spooky. All right, we're set. Apparently, we're going up against the cats for this tutorial. All right. You start the game with 4 humble warriors and a garden building in the corner of a clearing opposite to the Marquis de Cat's Keep. In addition, you place your warriors in each adjacent clearing to your starting garden. All right. During daylight, you perform ritual actions by revealing the cards in your hand. Using the recruit ritual, you may reveal a card from your hand to recruit a warrior of the clearing matching its suit. Okay. All right, we're gonna do this. All right, and since we got the rabbit clearing and a mouse clearing, I think we're gonna do this. And we got lizards. The card you reveal to move, the card you reveal are moved to the this area right here, the eye area, and can't be used for rituals again until your next turn. All right. Let's use another ritual using a different card in our hand. Use the build ritual to reveal a mouse card and place a garden in the matching clearing. All right. All right, we're gonna go here and reveal. You automatically rule any clearing where you have a garden. Even non-believers are in awe of your divine properties. Gardens can be used to score points with the score ritual. Tap the avatar to learn more about gardens, which we're going to do. You uncover a card when you get 2 gardens of the same suit on the map. Doing so increases the cards you can draw in the evening, all right? Let's see, we got 2 gardens, so we can draw another card, and we get 2 victory points, so, all right. Let's see, and this other stuff, revenge, your removed defending warriors become acolytes, okay. Hatred of the birds, bird cards are not wilds in your rituals, that's different. And this one, you rule any clearings where you have a garden, all right. The more gardens you have on the map of a suit, the more points you can score during the score ritual. All right. Use the score ritual to discard a mouse card and gain 2 victory points. This is a unique and powerful ritual that requires you to discard a card when you use it rather than reveal it. All right, we play this and get that, and we score points. All right. You may perform a score ritual only once per suit each turn, so I can perform it for multiple suits. All right. All right, we got no more cards, so we can't do any more rituals. The cards you reveal for rituals are now returned to your hand. Carefully manage the suits in your hand is key to the cult's success. All right, I see. I think I can understand what they're doing. All right, the cats are building. They're moving, trying to consolidate some power. Oh, they're coming right over here. Oh, we got to scrap our first battle as the lizards. Time to kick these zealots back to the Stone Age. On guard. Roll dice. We tied. These whiskered heathens have dealt a blow to our warriors. Thankfully, our revenge ability allows us to transform our fallen, defeated warriors, defending warriors, into acolytes. All right, what do acolytes do? All right, they're building up. Now it's our turn. The outcast determines the clearing suits you can interact with using your acolytes. Choosing the mouse will allow us to wage war against the enemies in mouse clearings. All right. Outcast. In a typical game, you would choose the initial outcast suit during setup, but the cult makes exceptions for true believers like you. Now that we have an outcast and enough acolytes, we can perform conspiracies during birdsong. Ooh. Conspiracies are a set of conflict-oriented actions that use acolytes instead of the cards in your hand. Spend 2 acolytes to use the crusade conspiracy. This will allow you to move 2 warriors from a clearing matching the suit of the outcast to battle in the adjacent clearing. All right. So we take these. And let's see. All right. Any one of these. So I've already got a lizard over here, and we got, so. All right, let's just go with where we can go. So, okay. Oh, they're telling us where to go. Never mind. We're going to move 2 warriors. And we're going to attack this poor cat. These waggles again, a fistful of steel will show them who's boss. Not this time, kitty. May this burning pyre of sawdust please our gods. All right. Oh, and we burn down there. Oh, okay. Because of your hatred of birds, your claw cards cannot be used as any suit to perform rituals. Instead, they are a unique ritual called sacrifice. Reveal cards for the sacrifice ritual to transform warriors in your supply into more acolytes that can be used for more conspiracies. Okay. So we'll take this one. All right. And we'll take this one. So we got 2 acolytes. Our rituals offer flexibility in where to recruit and build on the map. Let's recruit in a new area of the map. All right, we're going to do that. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to recruit here. Reveal a rabbit card to add a garden to a clearing where you destroyed the enemy sawmill. So, okay, we're going to make a garden. Put it here. Get rid of this rabbit card. All right, we're done with rituals. Okay, I'm digging this. I'm digging this. We grow in our gardens to piss off the cats. Yes. All right. Gardens matching suits of the outcast contribute towards crafting during the evening. Okay, so we craft during the evening. All right. Use their crafting power to score root tea. All right, we're scoring some root tea, which gives us more victory points. Use and discard cards from all players. Use and discard from all players go to the Lost Souls pile rather than just the discard pile. The most common suit of these Lost Souls will determine the suit of the outcast at the start of the turn. All right. All right. Okay, I see what you're doing. Okay. All right, we're getting more cards. All right, it's the cat's turn. They are unbelievers, and they must be purged. All right. They're recruiting and they're moving. Oh, it looks like we got another battle line. Oh, no battle. Okay. At the start of your turn, the most common suit in the Lost Piles, ignoring claws, determines the outcast. Then the Lost Souls pile is sent to the discard pile. All right. Since Bunny was the most common suit, it becomes a new outcast. There's more than one way to crusade. Rather than move from an outcast clearing and battling a neighboring clearing, you can also battle in the outcast clearing itself. Do so now to protect your garden. Yes, we will. Okay. Oh, and we won the battle. Success. However, you lost a warrior in battle. Remember, only warriors in battles where you are the defender to seek revenge by becoming acolytes. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, we've taken that. Use the sacrifice icon 3 times to gain more acolytes. Yes, I will. Bird. This. And this one. Use the recruit action to place another warrior near your gardens. Yes, I do. And it says over here, so we'll get rid of this. Finally, let's recruit again to establish rule in the bunny clearing near one of your gardens. All right. No more rituals? Let's go. You have too many cards in hand. Discard 2 bunny cards to ensure our outcast becomes the hated outcast. All right. In turn. Being hated sounds bad, you say? No, 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 no. The righteous are often misunderstood. Patience, friend, you will see. All right. Here comes more kitties. They will be purged. All will be purged for the lizard god. All right, our turn. All right. Hated outcast. As foretold, the most common suit in the Lost Souls piles is the same as the suit on the current outcast. When that happens, the outcast becomes the hated outcast, reducing the cost of your conspiracies by 1. Okay. All right. So we're just drawing hate from this. Oh man. So we just get strength from being hated. Oh man, hate. Yeah, that's gonna be a clip. All right. The lizard cult welcomes new blood with open arms. Use the convert conspiracy to replace an enemy warrior with an outcast clearing with one of our own. Yes. Come to our side. Join us. We have all the cookies and all the catnip. Welcome. We must purify not only our souls, but false monuments as well. Use the sanctify to replace an enemy building with a garden. This is blasphemous. Take it down and sanctify it in the fires of purity. Your knowledge of our sacred text is nearly complete. Score 12 victory points to prove your undying allegiance to the lizard cult. All right. So we need to score 2 more points. We need to score 6 more points. So let's see how we're going to get there. All right. Let's build. And we're going to build a garden over here. We build a garden. Let's see. All right, we got a garden over here. Garden over there. I think we can score some easy victory points. Let's see. I think I want to recruit first to build up my forces. I can only do it in the rabbits because I only got a rabbit card. Yeah, we're gonna recruit over here. All right. Let's see. Let's get some more acolytes. And I will sacrifice this. Acolytes. And actually, I want to keep these. Actually, I want to keep these. All right. Let's go. Let's get rid of this. This. And I'll get rid of this. No more. We're gonna no more cards to do. The kitty's turn. You will serve us, kitties. The great lizard god demands it. You will kneel before our god. And our god is a god of action and rock. Our god is the Lizard King himself, Jim Morrison. Yes. You will kneel before him and break on through to the other side. All right. Let's see, a ritual. All right. Well, let's see. Clearing that we can. Let's see where we can build another garden. Yeah, we can build one right here. Get rid of a bunny card. And we're going to score. And scoring this. 8 points. Awesome. And let's see. We can recruit in a mouse area. Mouse over there. Let's see. We can't do any of that now. Yeah, but we're going to... Let's see. How many... We need more acolytes. So I'm just going to get rid of this. And do that. And we're going to recruit. Oh, damn it. I didn't mean to do that. No, damn it. Clicked the wrong one. I meant to recruit. All right. There are 3 over here, so I'm not going to risk going over here. But this clearing give us an opportunity to make another garden over here. So we're going to play 1 here and bring a lizard over here. No more rituals. Let's go. All right. Fox is over here, so I'm gonna get rid of this so that we can draw on the power of pure, unadulterated hatred. All right. Let's go. Kitties are still building shit. We're 4 away from getting to 12 and ending the tutorial. Oh, they're moving over here. And one's moving over here. Are we gonna have some fights? No, no fights. All right, hate. Pure, unmitigated hatred. All right, we're gonna choose a conspiracy. And let's see, we can move and battle. We can battle. We can convert. And we can sanctify. All right. All right, first we're going to battle. And we're going to battle here. 1v1. And both will be mutually assured. But that's okay. All right. All right, we'll convert. You must come to us, brother. Join us. Jim Morrison demands it. Welcome to our side. And also, we will convert you. Join us. Embrace the purity of it all. All right. We're going to reveal. We're going to build another garden over here. And we're going to score some points by getting rid of this. 11. And we can't score any more, but we can recruit. I'm not going to click on that again. All right. Put it over here. And we're just going to get rid of this to bring out more acolytes. No more rituals, so we're done here. Draw our cards. All right, get rid of this and get rid of this. Nice. Just need one more point. The kitties are going. They will be purified by our hate. But Jim Morrison is a god of love. Love, hate. All right, he's moving up here. And he's moving over here. Will there be a battle? Yes, there will be a battle. 3 versus 1. Damn you! But his sacrifice will not be in vain, for he will join us as an acolyte. Revenge. Revenge. Outcasts of the bunnies. All right. We are going to battle. And let's just get rid of this guy. I don't like you up here. All right. We will battle. You have fallen before the might of our God. All right, and we're just gonna score. And that's it. That's it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the lizard cult. The lizards. Let's see. No, I don't want to visit the. All right, that was the lizard cult. And now we're moving on to the last of the to our other the riverfolk company. All right, let's see how the riverfolk play. The riverfolk company. The riverfolk company has set up shop on the great river running through the woodland. As the other factions purchase services, the riverfolk will be able to fund new trade posts through the forests. The construction of these posts is a valuable way to score victory points, but so too are dividends gained from hoarding wealth. So they're basically Ferengis. Yeah. These guys are Ferengis. They're fucking Ferengis. They're all about profit. I would not be surprised if these guys have a codified version of the book of the rules of acquisition in there somewhere along the lines. They are Ferengis. That's what they are. They changed the name from the Riverfolk Company to the Ferengi Alliance. These are fucking Ferengis. All right. All right. Hey there, chum. Let me wash my hands real quick. They smell like clams. Yeah, you're an otter. Fucking otters. In the meantime, take care of setup for me and four warriors in these clearings, don't you know? All right, so we're gonna set up clearing here. And 2, 3, and 4. We've got the best services in town, don't you know? Why am I making them sound Wisconsin? I don't know. At the beginning of the bird song, your opponent may purchase services by taking warriors from their supply and adding them to your payment area. Okay. So the buyer treats rivers as paths until the end of their turn. Mercenaries during daylight and evening time of the turn. The buyer treats riverfolk warriors as their own and for battle against other factions other than the riverfolk. The buyer must split hits taken evenly between their pieces and riverfolk warriors, with the buyer taking the odd hits. Okay. The buyer takes any card from the riverfolk's hand and adds it to their own. Yep, these are Ferengis. Those payments become the funds that determine the actions they take on their turns, don't you know? All right. During the setup and each evening, you determine the service prices. Let's play hardball and set them all to 3. Is come to Quarks. Quarks is fun. Don't walk, run. Glad you got it. All right, the lizard cult. Sword. Okay, they're summoning. They're. All right, our turn. What are we doing? Our services prices were so steep we didn't get any buyers. However, each game we start with 3 payments represented by the warrior icons. During Birdsong, you move all payments of your funds to spend on actions during daylight. You can move, battle, and draw cards by committing funds. These funds move to your commitments area and won't be available to spend until your next turn. Commit a fund to battle the marquees in your clearing before they recruit more warriors. All right. All right, we're gonna 2-on-1. What do you got? You otter no. We should kill you for that fucking pun. That is terrible. You otter know better than to attack the marquee. Yeah, it's so that, but the pun was so terrible. I'm flabbergasted. You just kill him. Kill him for the pun. God damn it. That was terrible. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. Well done. You're more of a fighter than I expected. Recruit now in the clearing you battled to replace the warrior you lost in battle. Recruiting is costly. Funds used to recruit go to your supply rather than your commitments. This means they won't return to your funds on your following turn. All right. Okay, we lost some here. Unlike many other factions, you don't draw at the end of your turn. To draw cards, you must commit a fund to use the draw action. All right. During the evening, you may change the prices of your services. Let's hold a sale. Bring the river boats down to 1, and the other services down to 2. All right. So hands will be 1, will be 2. River boats will be 1, and mercenaries will be 2. Yep, they got paddles. Yep. These baked goods you have to offer are delicious. Look delicious. Yeah. Oh, so they bought something from us. They bought some cards from our hand. All right, the lizards and the cats are fighting. Revenge! Cult's turn. Your riverboats will be so much of use to the cult. Blessings of the Scaled One, Jim Morrison, be to you. Yeah, hail Jim Morrison. Yeah, just give me the boats. Give me your money. All right, they used our boats to attack the cats. And they successfully attacked the cats. They didn't see them coming. All right. They're getting some warriors. Getting some acolytes. More acolytes. Our turn. All right. Our sale was a success. We have a nice variety of funds to use for our actions this turn. You can spend 2 funds matching the faction of a clearing ruler to place a trade post token and warrior there, so long as the clearing doesn't already have a trade post. So we're going to do that. Okay. When you place a trading post, you score 2 points. Trade posts are used to craft, allow you to score dividends, and enable other players to buy more of your services from you. Okay. Each trade post you build also contributes to its suit for your crafting projects. So we can craft, and we're going to play this. You must commit funds from each trading post used to the crafting. You have a choice of which faction type you want to spend. Select either. All right, we're just going to spend ours and go. All right, and we got a victory point out of it. Us riverfolks are great swimmers. We treat rivers as paths during movement and ignore ruler restrictions when moving through rivers. Let's move 2 warriors along the river to our trading post to protect it. All right. Move these. Commit funds. And move over here. And let's move both of them. The Marquee Workshop is vulnerable. Attack. All right. River folks, don't forget bad puns. From trader to trader. Fuck you, cats. Fuck you. These goddamn puns. Alright. Let's leave our services alone for now. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Alright, the cats are going. They're activating, of course, replacing those they lost. Getting wood. Recruiting. Building a recruitment center. Building another one. The lizards are going. Each enemy is allowed to buy 1 service from you a turn, plus an additional service for each clearing with a trading post and one of their pieces. All right. All right, so they bought some of our mercenaries. Greed is good. Greed is good. And they're using them to fight. 3-on-2. Victory for the lizard cult. All right, they're getting some more acolytes to serve the cult. They're recruiting. All right, our turn. All right. Each time a trading post is destroyed, we lose half our funds rounded up. Let's recruit another warrior to make sure our trading post is well guarded. Yes, we will. And we're gonna spin this. During our bird song, we score dividends so long as we have a trading post on the map. Dividends score 1 victory point for every 2 funds we didn't use in our previous turn. Pass the turn to save funds for the dividends. All right. You got quite the instinct for trade. Go ahead and set the services however you like. All right, we don't have much in the way of a hand size, so we'll just make that 1. The cats and the bird and the lizards are just going ham on each other, so we'll set the riverboats to 2. I want to wait another turn before I mess around with the mercenary prices, so we'll keep it at 2. Cat's turn. All right, they're doing the cat stuff. All right, they're coming over here. And they're moving down there. Probably going to build something here. And I was right, they're building a workshop. Lizard's turn. They now got the power of hate on their side. They burnt down a recruitment center. God damn it, they leave my folks alone. We're just honest, dishonest businessmen. Yeah, we are honest, dishonest businessmen. All right. Looks like they're doing some discarding. Our turn. Score dividends. We scored 2 dividends. Looks like we didn't receive any payments this round. No matter. You move 2 warriors from your supply to the payments as a consolation prize. All right. Us riverfolk are innovative crafters. Instead of resolving the effects of a crafted card, we can add a warrior to our payments. Use the export button to craft this for this reward. All right. And we'll move it up here. And we'll commit a lizard to this. Establish another trading post and score 15 points to prove us riverfolk are more than mere merchants. All right. All right, we're gonna have to build another trading post. Let's see. And see, what's this? Use an action. Can't fight. And we're gonna build a trading post. Let's see. I don't want to build anywhere near a garden, so we're just going to build one here. Hey, guys. All right. Let's see. I don't want to fight right now, but I am going to move. Better yet, I'm not going to move. No better yet, I will move. Move this one to this one over here. I don't have a trading post up here, so I'm just gonna move both of these down here to protect my my trading post. Let's see. I got some more. I got some more stuff to spend. Let's draw some cards so we can have something to sell. All right. We got more cards, so we're gonna bump it up to 2, and we're gonna keep everything the same. So. What are you gonna do, kitties? We got 3 cards in our hand. They could be anything. Why don't you buy something from us? And they're gonna overwork again. All right, lizard cult's turn. All right, they bought some stuff from our hand. Outcasts, they're converting. And now they're scoring victory points. Recruiting more lizards, getting some more acolytes. All right, they're making royal claim. All right, our turn. All right, we got stuff to spin, so okay, can we craft something? We can't craft that. We can craft that. Let's see. Let's see if we can get another trading post online. Yes, we can. All right. They got some gardens over here. I don't want to compete with them on terms of gardens. I don't want them trying to convert something. So we're going to spend this for 11. All right. I could craft one of these cards, but I don't, it's not enough for that, so I'm just going to, let's see, I don't feel like battling anyone, I just want to score some points, so I'm going to commit funds to draw a card, and I think I want to commit one more fund to draw one more card. All right, so we got some stuff for them to buy. And I'm just going to leave this alone and score some dividends. So that's what we're going to do. All right, we'll bump the hand cost up to 3. And we'll bump down the mercenaries to 1 to make it seem like, yeah, why don't you get some more of us? Come on, we're cheap. All right. Just need 4 more points and we'll win. All right. Kitties are at 9. They're recruiting. They're going over here, and they're going down here. What are they doing? They're moving over here again. All right, moving down there. All right, the lizard cult's going. Yes, they bought our mercenaries. Thank you. The lizard cult is this is a very profitable relationship between us and the lizard cult. I'll never say anything bad about their religion ever again. Until they screw me over. All right. And they're just racking up points, but we just need to score 15 just to end this. All right. Our turn. Scoring dividends. Okay, choose an action. Let's see, birdsong. Oh, we can just do this. All right, we're going to craft. And actually, no. We're going to build. All right, we're going to build over here. Build. Let's see. How many soldiers do I got? Would use this to build that. And let's draw some cards. And we should be able to score the necessary points by the time we hit birdsong tomorrow to get dividends. All right, cats buying boats and our mercenaries. Okay, they really want to be big customers of ours all of a sudden. All right, they're moving out. All right, they bought a lot of stuff from us, so we should hit 15 by the time we get to our turn. They're converting. Scoring 23 points. Again, this is a tutorial, so we're not have to worry about that. They got gardens going up all over the place. All right, now my turn, and this should be the end of the tutorial. Let's see, dang. Anyway, we're just gonna craft, and we're gonna build an anvil. It will cost us this. And that's it. Yep. Greed is eternal. Yes, look at that. Look at that. Oh, hey, car junkie. Didn't notice you there. Just playing some Root. This must be your first time here. But I'm playing some digital board games on here. We're playing some Root about woodland creatures screwing people over and trying to create empires and stuff. So we're going to close this down. All right, that was both the Lizard Cult and the Riverfolk. So let's get to a nice little one-player game. I'm not going to mess with the challenges right now. We're going to get to a new game. And I already got this one set up, so this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna play as the riverfolk, and we're gonna create a little story here. The riverfolk, and they have to deal with the cats, the Woodland Alliance and the Airy Dynasty. So what we got is we got the cats and the birds fighting each other, with the Woodland Alliance just trying to survive, and the riverfolk just profiting off all this bloodshed, because there's going to be a lot of bloodshed going on here. These guys are going to kill it, get into each other, and we are just going to profit off of it. Yes, war is good for business. Yes. All right, everybody's getting set up. All right, we're gonna pick where our warriors are gonna go. All right, since the cats are all over the place. All right, I'm gonna go 2 for 2. So we're gonna have 2 warriors here and 2 warriors here. All right, we're just starting out. You know what? We're gonna make things interesting. So, since we're along the river, we're gonna make the riverboats cost about 2. We'll keep our mercenaries cheap, and our hand size will be 2. Just let them know, hey, we're pretty cool. We're pretty cool. Okay. All right, we're gonna continue setup. Okay, they bought some mercenaries. The cats bought mercenaries from us, so there's that. Okay, they're overworking, so the cats are preparing, getting things ready. They're scoring points for building stuff. All right, it's our turn. All right, we got 4 bits of profit. So first and foremost, we are going to build a trading post to increase profits. All right, do we want to craft anything? Can we craft anything? We can... No, I don't want to craft anything just yet. Let's see, can we build... Let's build something. And it will cost this. And I think that's all. I want to save some dividends, so we're just going to leave that alone. All right. So they bought some mercenaries from us. And I'm going to knock the cards in hand down to 1, just to tempt them. I'll keep the riverboats at 2. The riverboats seem to be I want to see what they do with the riverboats. All right, we are done, and that's it. All right, it's the birds' turn. Let's see what they're gonna do. Oh, they bought some cards from our hand. That's good money for us. They're building. First they're summoning. Now they're moving as per the decree, but they're not going to do anything because there's nothing to decree. They don't have any fights to decree. All right, the Woodland Alliance is going first. Last time the Woodland Alliance, oh, they bought the last card in our hands, so we're going to be flush with cash. They're spreading sympathy all over the place. And look at it, they don't like the cats very much. All right, they're building that. They're mobilizing a lot, so they're getting ready for some combat, which is good for us. Oh, they bought some more of our mercenaries. Oh shit, yeah, look at this. Yeah, business is booming. Otter Quark, Otter Rom, and Otter Nog. Yep, the Otter Ferengi. If I had the... Oh, and they just fought the Alliance, and they beat the Alliance, but they got some outrage, which will help them in the long run. They're fighting the Alliance again. They do... The cats do not like the Alliance, but maybe we can play into that. Yes, let's play into that. All right, it's our turn. All right. Oh, look at all this money. Oh, we can do some stuff with this. All right. Okay, first and foremost, I want to draw some cards so we can have something for them to buy and spend some cats. All right, next we're going to create a trading post. Okay. All right, they still have something over here. The Woodland Alliance is going to go before the cats do, so I want to give the Woodland Alliance some help. So we're going to build a trading post right here, and we're going to recruit some more folks. No, we're not going to recruit some folks. Let's see, ambush, take a move. And see, I want to do one more action before we go. Let's recruit and use these two. And I'm gonna leave that alone. All right. All right. Seems like our mercenaries are in high demand, so we're gonna bump it up to 2. As well as our cards, okay. All right. Let's see if we can instill some greed. All right, the birds are gonna go first. Oh, they bought some cards from our hand. Good, thank you very much. All right, they're recruiting, they're moving. They're probably gonna attack the cats. Yeah, it looks like they're going on the offensive against the cats. Well, they're building a roost, so that's more victory points for them. All right, the Woodland Alliance is going. Let's hope our plan works well. Okay, they spread some sympathy. All right, they're spreading more sympathy. All right, the cats are going. All right, they bought a card on our hand. They bought our last card. Okay, they're going on the offensive. Yes. More. Oh, they're fighting the Alliance. But the Alliance doesn't have any basis, so they can't really fight back. Their emissaries are just getting the crap kicked out of them. All right. All right, our turn. All right, we got money to spare. We got money to burn. All right. First, let's build another trading post. All right. Let's see. All right, let's give the... All right, we're not enemies with anybody yet. So you know what? Let's put it right here. It's another victory point. All right, we still got more money to burn, so let's draw some cards. We're going to draw 3 cards. Give them something to play with. All right, and now we're going to... All right, let's see what we got. Bakery sale, sword. Let's see if what can we craft. We can craft... Let's see. It's 2, 5, and 8. No, I don't want to craft no cards right now. We're doing pretty good. So what you're going to do... We're going to spend some stuff to spend funds. All right. Spend more funds. We're going to put 2 warriors over here. And we are going to spend our last one to put a warrior over here. So we got a presence along all the river. And that's it. All right. All right, so they seem to be buying a lot of our cards. So we're going to bump the price of the cards up by 3. We're going to bump it up to 3. We'll keep the riverboats. So we'll make the riverboats a little bit cheaper because they're not really doing anything along the river. Mercenaries will stay. We'll keep it at 2. All right. Let's see what the... Yeah, Morin is in the background just chilling because that's just what Morin does. Okay. All right, the Aerie dynasties are going. Looks like they're going to see some battle soon. Hope it's not against us. We're not doing anything. Okay, they have to move into an area with the Alliance, causing some outrage. All right, they're fighting the birds are fighting the Alliance. The Alliance still has no soldiers to fight, so they're just getting their asses kicked. Oh, they've entered turmoil because they can't do something. So their leader has been deposed. Our first deposant there, the eagle is now the leader of the dynasties. Okay, here comes the Alliance. Oh, uprising. We got to revolt. We got to revolt. And we lost a trading post, you dicks. Damn. Fucking alliance. An honest warmonger can't make a business with them. All right, the cats are going. All right, they're buying riverboats just like we thought they would. They're recruiting. All right. All right, the Alliance is getting their asses kicked again. They've lost influence, but get some outrage. Our turn. All right. Let's see. All right. I'm going to build another trading post for the one we lost. So I'm going to build it over here. All right. And I'm just going to draw one card. And I'm going to leave it at that. Okay. They're still paying a lot for the cards in the hand, so I'm going to keep the riverboats the same. I'm going to bump up mercenaries to 3. All right. Nobody's really paying too much for the riverboats, but they are buying a lot of cards from our hand and a lot of our mercenaries, so there's that. All right, the birds are going. Oh, they're going to do everything. So they're going to recruit. Then they're going to move. And it looks like they're going to fight the cats. Oh, no, they're fighting us. What did we do to you? No. Woo. Come on, birds. I thought we had something here. Damn, birds. Why'd you attack us? Go up to the Alliance. They're causing trouble. Look at what they're doing. Those Woodland Alliance fucks are causing all this problem, not us. We're just honest traders. We're just honest, dishonest traders. Okay, they're mobilizing. They've got a base so they can bring some warriors to the field. It looks like they're going after the birds. The cats bought a card in our hand, so it was good for us to raise the prices on that. So played Hawks for hire. They're fine. Good. Get rid of them Alliance bastards. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. The Alliance is in the lead, but they don't have much of a board presence. Never mind, the cats have taken the lead. Okay. Recruiting. All right, our turn. Scoring dividends. Nice. All right, let's see. Let's see. I think we should need to play another outpost. All right. Here they're definitely gonna cause a revolt over here. So I don't want to put anything over there. All right. If the birds were smart, they would take out this guy over here. So I want to put it somewhere safe. So I'm going to put it over here with the cats, because the cats are one of our biggest producers. Okay, we're cool with the cats. Next up, we are going to... Do I want to move? Is that the question? All right, we're going to draw a card. And lastly, let's see. Can we craft anything? We can craft this. I don't want to craft that just yet. And I'm going to score some more dividends, so you know what? I'm going to leave it at that. The cats seem to be willing to pay our prices, so we're going to leave it at that. We're going to leave everything just the way it is. Actually, no. Considering where the River Alliance is, they're going to probably use some mercs, because they're just getting their shit pushed in. And the birds look like they're going in for the attack. So you know what? We're going to make our mercenaries dirt cheap. So, hey, Alliance. Hey, buddy. You see you're getting your shit pushed in. So why don't you buy some mercenaries? We're going to be on sale, but just this once. This whole turn. Mercenaries. One piece. One price. What do you say? Going on sale. All right, we're just gonna end our turn there. The area going, the birds are going. Oh, they bought some mercenaries. Okay, they bought some mercenaries from us. Okay. All right, they're going to move. And they're going to attack the Woodland Alliance like I thought they would. And they have to battle again. So they're fighting the cats. It was mutually assured destruction. They've got 3 roosts going up. They're still in last place. All right, the Alliance is going. All right, just like a... Oh, no, I lost an outpost. Damn it. Woodland Alliance bastards. See, these Woodland Alliance, they're just radicals. They're just doing violence for the sake of violence. They don't really care. Look at them. All right, cats, what are you going to do? All right, they bought some mercenaries like we thought they were going to do. The birds have Romulans all along. Yes, they were Romulans. That's why their ships are called birds of prey. All right, the cats are in the lead. Okay, we lost one of our outposts, so we have to replace it. All right, we're still on good terms with the cats. And let's see, we are going to buy another card. We're going to get another card. And I want to keep this around, so... All right, we'll just play with this. All right. A true master of warfare would have jumped on our mercenaries when they were 1. Now you have to pay 2 to get them. If you would have jumped on it like a beast. All right. Riverboats. You know what? I'll just put them at 2. They haven't been using them, but so far they've been willing to pay for my hand. So I got 5 cards in hand. Someone's gonna buy something from me. All right. The birds are going. They're in dead last. Oh, they bought some mercenaries from us. So they're just going to go on the offensive. They're moving. Cause some outrage. They got to move again. All right, they got to fight twice. They have to fight twice or it'll cause a... all right, there. Oh, what? No, no. Leave us alone. No. Ah, damn it. Look what they did. Bastards. I thought we were cool. Don't blame us because you're in last place. Bastards. So they're fighting the Alliance. You can't trust these fucking birds. Fucking Romulans. All right, the Alliance is going. All right, they're causing an outrage. Took out my warriors, you... So the Alliance and the Aries are dicks. The cats, they're the only ones that have been cool with us. You mongrels. All right, the cat's turn. Looks like they're not buying anything from us this turn. Looks like they're getting very close to winning the game. Come on. Take out those fucking Alliance people. Get rid of them. You need to get rid of them. Take out the Alliance. They're enemies to everybody. They're enemies of honest trade for all of us. All right. That was a bad turn economically. So we're just gonna have to play some stuff. All right. Let's see. I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. Actually, I'm gonna use this and spend some funds. All right, we want to build another trading post. All right, this one is probably going to revolt in the next couple of turns, so I'm just going to build it here. And that's all. All right, that's all. All right. I'm going to knock down the hand cost to 2. So everything, this is the 222 sale. We're on the 222 sale. Everything costs 2. Hand cards, riverbolts, mercenaries. You're not going to get a better deal than this. 222. Everything. What do you say, boys? Come on. All right, we're going to end our turn. The birds are going. Yep, they're taking advantage of the sale. All right, they're recruiting. All right, they have to move. And they have to move again. All right, they have to battle twice. And they're battling the Alliance, which they should do because the Alliance sucks. And they're fighting the cats. The cats got wiped out. And they've entered turmoil because they couldn't fulfill it. Their leader has been deposed. All right. Now it's the Vulture's turn to rule. It's the Woodland Alliance. Of course, they're not buying anything from us because they're cheap sons of bitches. Cheap bastards. Of course, mobilize, you poor bastards. That's why nobody likes you, Alliance. You're poor and you're ugly and you don't buy nothing. And they're fighting the birds. And they killed the birds. And they burnt down their trees. God damn it, the birds are getting ass racked. Ass racked. All right, the kitties. They didn't buy anything from us, damn. Damn. The kitties are currently in the lead. The Alliance is pulling up third, is in second. We're in third. The birds are not even a factor in this anymore. Freaking, the cats are fighting the birds. And the birds have lost, but they're still in that. They still have a presence. All right, time to earn some stuff. All right. Can't build any more trading posts. And just because I don't like them, we are going to move. Better yet, before we do anything. See, all right. All right. All right. I need to move somewhere. All right. They got a base over here, base over here. Actually, I'm going to commit this. Ambush. Someone will want to pay for ambush. Let's see. This is hard. Okay. And we're gonna draw another card. Spin that. I don't have any other places to build any trading posts. At least none matching not matching a suit, so we're just gonna end our turn. All right, you convinced me. I know this is gonna kill me, but you know what? We'll run the 222 sale a little bit more. The little bit more for the 222 sale. So, the 222 sale, extend it for an extra day. Get it. All right. And they're taking advantage of the sale, and they're buying something from us. What the? But why? Why? God damn it, birds! You just bought from us, and now you can't just see. That's what you get. That's what you get. That's what you get for backstabbing us like the Romulans that you are. That's what you get. That's what you deserve. All right, the dicks of the Alliance are going. They're building shit. And now it's a race between the two of them. They're mobilizing. All right, the cats are going. They're not buying anything from us. At least the cats are cool. The cats haven't done anything to us. And now they're beating up the birds. The birds are just everybody's punching bag at this point. They're just getting the absolute crap kicked out of them. All right, they're fighting the birds again. The birds have lost another one of their roosts. This is just ridiculous. The birds are just eating. Scoring dividends. Lots of dividends. All right, we're going to build another trading post down here. All right. Let's see. Let's see. We're going to draw this. And let's see. All right, let me see what I can build. All right, we're just going to try to see if we can build something. We're going to build this. Build these two. All right, all right, we are still in this game. We're currently in third. Birds, not even a factor. All right. All right. Because things are getting a little gully out here, I'm going to run you guys a deal. Yeah, we're going to do the 2-1-1 sale because this is Texas, and Texas is for state benefits, it's 2-1-1. So we're going to do the 2-1-1 sale. Hand cards will be 2, but riverboats will be 1, and mercenaries will be 1. So, what do? The 2-1-1 sale going on right now. Do what you need to do. Take advantage of this offer while it lasts. All right, the birds are going. They're buying mercenaries. They're taking advantage of the 2-1-1 sale. Oh, thank you, birds. You No! 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 You've got no honor. We're just trying to make a living and you do this. Look what they did. Dickholes. Oh, they're moving. And they have to, oh, that's right, the decree. They have to fight us. They got no choice. They have to fight. It's still a dishonorable thing. I understand why you're doing it, but it's just... I know you're bitter about being in last place, but you don't have to go this far, god damn it. Look at this. This is disgusting. These damn birds. These damn birds. All right. All right, the kitties are going. They are not taking advantage of my sale. I need to recruit some more folks, so I'm going to need a lot of money. All right, the kitties are 3 away from getting the victory. All right, I can't build any more trading posts, but I can place a warrior here, and just out of pettiness and spite. No, I can't. I can't even fight these motherfuckers. I can only do it if it's in a place where I have a see, can I fight? Who can I fight? Oh, I can fight down here. right. Actually, no. I am going to recruit. He's gonna have to fight over here. So let's see. Let's bolster our forces over here. And we're gonna draw a card. And let's see. Yeah, can we craft? Yes, we can. Bake sale. $25. All right. Let's see. Sold out. All right, we're going to draw another card just to entice them to sell. All right. All right, near the end of the game. All right, we're going to do a tres uno sale. Everything. All tres for uno. Uno. You can't find better deals than this on the entire Woodlands. Come on, boys. Take advantage of these deals. Come on, take advantage of them. All right, the birds are going. They bought a card from our hand. They're fighting the cats. And it looks like the cats might lose this one. It was a mad, mutually assured destruction. They're recruiting. They're now moving. They're gonna have to fight somebody. And they're fighting the cats. Good. You guys fight it out between each other. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to make some some honest business for myself, okay? And burn down their stuff. Oh shit. The alliance is going. Mobilizing. Oh man, it's a race. All right, the cats are going. They're not buying anything. Not taking advantage of the tres uno sale. But it looks like they're doing something. Oh, and that's it. The cats won this one. It was a close battle. It was a close as hell battle. But in the end, the Marquis de Cats win it. The Woodland Alliance was in second place. We, the Riverfolk, were in third, and the Aries weren't even a factor in this. Damn. Yeah. But at least the cats won. At least we never had to fight the cats. The cats were cool with us. They bought stuff from us. That we made some decent chunk of change. The Alliance, you were dicks. Airy, you dishonorable bastards. You deserve to be in last place. Only in single digits. That's all. So, F you. So, at least we made some profit. Which is good. Alright. We're going to play one more solo game. And this time, we are going to play as the Lizard Cult. And again, this time we will be facing off against, we're going to have the Riverfolk Company. No, better yet, because I don't like the Alliance, we're going to go with the Alliance, the Dynasties, and the Cats. So, it's time to spread that good word. My dear boys, have you heard the good word? Have you heard the word of the Lizard King? Of Jim Morrison? Jim Morrison? Alright. Alright, we gotta pick a garden. We can pick this one or this one. So, there's a roost over here. We'll steadily spread our influence with some gardens. And we're gonna go with Mouse for the outcast first. Alright. Choose a ritual. I don't want to score no points just yet. Let's go. Alright, we're going to recruit a warrior over here. Let's see. Time to build some more acolytes. And we're going to recruit over here. No rituals, so we got to go. Let's see. We're going to craft this just to get some extra points on the board. And we're done. All right, it's the cat's turn. Let's see what they're going to do. First, they're building shit. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got here. Cats are moving. The birds, they are going to recruit, move, and build. So they're going to move and build a roost. All right. The Alliance, you cutthroat bastards. All right, they're spreading sympathy everywhere. Sympathy because they're pathetic. They're building. All right, mobilizing. Mobilize again. Our turn. All right, now foxes are outcasts. Let's see, we're gonna choose a ritual. All right, let's build a garden here. All right, let's sacrifice. And no, we're not going to sacrifice that. And we're going to go. No cards to craft. Cat's turn. All right, they're they're building an extra sawmill over there. All right, the birds, they're going to be fighting this turn, so they're going to be recruit, move twice. Some outrage. Move again, outrage again. So who are they going to fight? It's going to be in a bunny clearing, so they're going to go after the cats. Damn Romulans. And they build up a roost. Much better start than they had in the last game. The Woodland Alliance is going, and they got a revolt going up. So much for their roosts. So much for that nice start. They got another revolt going up. Now they're mobilizing. All right, our turn. Outcast is now hate. The power of hatred. All right. All right, let's see here. All right, we're gonna convert somebody. Let's see. What do I want to do? Let's see. Who can I fight? All right, we're going to fight you. Foolish infidel. John Morrison, take you. Yes, join us. All right, we're going to build another garden. Oh, no, wait a minute. We're going to convert. Actually, yes, we're going to convert. Have you heard the good word, my brother? Have you heard the word of Jim Morrison? Yes, come to us. Become one. All right. All right, we are going to build. We're going to build a garden. Let's see, we're going to build it over here. And we are going to sacrifice. Actually, we're going to do sappers. And arms dealers. And that's all. I want to save ambush for something. And we're going to go. And let's see. Arms dealer, folk steel, 2, and either one's good. So we're just going to play the arms dealer. And no more cards to craft, so we're just gonna leave this alone. Alright, cat's turn. Alright, they're recovering the people they lost in that fight with us. Alright, they're building a recruitment center. Building a workshop. They're recruiting. Alright, the dynasties are going. Alright, they're just gonna have to recruit twice. So there we go. Recruit somewhere else. They're moving, causing some outrage. Moving again. They're fighting the Alliance, which they really should do, because I don't trust the Alliance. The Alliance are dickbags. Spoiled up a roost. They are now tied for the lead with the cats. The Alliance is going. They're starting a revolt, as they want to do. Crafting something. They're training some officers. Train some more officers. Alright, they're moving. And they're fighting the birds again. They took out the birds. They're fighting the birds again. And they took out a roost. Alright, our turn. Now we got hated outcasts, which is good. Alright, let's see. This is an affront to Jim Morrison, so he will sanctify it in fire. The fires of Jim Morrison take you. Alright. Now we are going to build a... We're going to build a garden over here. And we're going to reveal this. And let's score. Let's see. Actually gonna get rid of this. No, I'm gonna use this. I scored. Let's see. All right, let's build some more acolyte. All right, let's recruit some more folks. Actually, no. We're going to sacrifice to get some more acolytes on the board. All right, we've taken the lead. Everyone else has 666. And end our turn. And we're going to craft the anvil for more points. We're 9 points. Good. We are in a pretty solid lead. Okay. All right, the cat's turn. Yep, time for cult stuff. All right, the cats are fighting the Alliance, as they are wont to do. And they lost badly. All right, the Aries are going. All right, they have to move 3 times. Or they have to recruit 3 times. All right, they're moving once, causing some outrage for the Alliance. Moving again, which they have to do. More up. So they have to fight someone in a bunny clearing, and they're going to fight the Alliance. So 1 and 1. They got a roost up. So far, so good. All right, the Alliance is going. Spreading sympathy. All right, they're building armorers. They're mobilizing once, twice, and that's it. And they're moving. Oh, and they're just spreading some, they're sacrificing men to spread more and sympathy. We'll have to take care of that soon. Hate. All right. Can we burn something down? We could burn down a roost or burn this place down. Let's see. Let's see. Convert. My brother, have you heard the good news? We have already converted many of yours, so come to us. Jim Morrison demands it. Let's see, another conspiracy. All right, we're gonna fight. We do not have the cult of Morrison does not need the alliance. Be gone, blasphemer. For ours is the way of Morrison in the doors, and his holiness. Let's see, choose a card to add to the... you can have this one. It's worthless to me. All right. Dominance. Let's see, what does this do? If you have at least 10 points played during daylight, you can no longer score a VP. You win the game if you rule 3 what's this? You can win the game if you rule 3 rabbit clearings. Okay. Actually, that was a bad move, so I'm not going to do that. Because this is the only rabbit clearing here. So you know what? I'm not going to play that. So, let's see. Let's recruit some more folks. This one's going to go anytime soon. There's nothing here. Yeah, we can burn this down later. We can burn this down next turn. All right. And we are going to get some more acolytes on the board. All right, we can't build that. So you know what? We are going to just... let's see. Do I have any mouses? I have mouses over here. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. No, this will score me nothing. I ain't got no mice down. I can't score. All right. We recruit more lizards. We do not wish you any harm. All we wish is for you to learn the way and the truth of the Lord. I don't need this. The Lord, that is Jim Morrison. Yes. All right, the casts are going. All right. Cats are fighting the Alliance, as they should. They are heathenous blasphemers against Jim Morrison. They're recruiting. They're moving over here, causing some outrage. Looks like they have to do some fighting. All right, more outrage. Now they got to fight. Take out those of the Woodland Alliance. Thank you. All right, they're fighting again, taking more out of the Woodland Alliance, but they got wiped out for it. But they scored 3 roosts. Okay, so the Alliance took a beating that last turn. They're going to start spreading some sympathy because they're pathetic. All right, mobilizing some troops. They have taken the lead. They are halfway to the goal. But we have Jim Morrison on our side. He will help us. The lizard cult will reign supreme. And they burnt down some roosts because they are violent insurgencies. And they're spreading sympathy. All right, our turn. The bunnies are now the outcasts. All right, choose a conspiracy. All right, let's see. Let's see. My dear boy, have you heard the good word? Yes. Become one of us. And now, let's see. I'm going to sacrifice so I can get some more acolytes on the field. And let's see. We're going to recruit some more. Let's see. Where do I want to recruit? This one, these two will probably fall in the next turn, so there's no, this one's already fallen, so, you know what, I'm gonna put some over here. We will consume you. I don't have anything, so I can't really do that. Let's see, what can I do? Mouse clearing, 2 bunny. Do I have any? What do I have? Some mouses over here. Only 1 mouse. So I could craft that. So you know what? I'm gonna recruit. Let's see, I'm going to recruit. Let's see, what do I need to do the most? All right, we're going to recruit over here. All right, we'll get rid of that. Investments. Can we score? No, we can't. So we'll just skip. No cards to craft. Let's see. I'm going to discard this. So hopefully it'll be hated the next turn. And I don't have any influence on those areas, so I'm just going to get rid of these cards, and we're going to go here. All right. The cats are going. They're currently in last. They need to start doing some damage. Not like that. God damn it, you are some bold ones to no! Let's see. After the start of the battle, defender may deal 2 immediate hits. No, I'm not gonna waste it on 1 person, so you are bold to assume that you could defeat us. We cast you down into the pits of hell. The hell of Abba. No longer will you enjoy the dulcet tones of our Lord Jim Morrison. You will be stuck listening to Dancing Queen for all of your days and nights for eternity. Foolish insect. You try again, I might. We will show you the strength of our people is great. Bastard. We will remember our sacrifices, for they sacrificed for the Lord, Jim Morrison. I love playing this game. All right, and they've entered turmoil, and it cost them a lot of points. So right now, the Woodland Alliance has a strong lead. I'm in second. The cats are last. So the Alliance is going first. Morrison, damn you! No. They're coming in hard. You fucking motherfuckers, you. Ah, no! Once again, the damn Woodland Alliance takes the victory. God damn. Damn you to hell, Woodland Alliance. Damn you to Woodland hell. But that's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you guys had some more fun. We're going to be playing some more of this next this Thursday, hopefully, weather permitting, technology permitting. But like I said, I had a blast. The lizard cult and the lizard cult and the riverfolk. They're pretty damn good additions. I love them both. Hopefully next time we can put the Woodland Alliance in their place and show them that, yeah, wanton violence and brainwashing is not the way to go. Only worshiping the might and the power of Jim Morrison. I want to thank everybody who came out tonight. Car Junkie, if you're still here, thank you very much. Devil, as always, been a pleasure. Again, Julie and Musashi on sale now for $3.50 on Amazon Kindle. I know Devil bought a copy. Of course, you're always welcome. We're going to be doing this again on Thursday, same time. So, until next time, it's been Shintigercurl, that dude in the straw hat, saying good night and glory be to the Lizard King, Jim Morrison.